What's going on, guys? Coach Curto here from Icons. What's going? And today's topic is protecting your performance. Been working with a few guys back home, and we've been going over some things weekly, week in, week out, having discussions about their performance. And it's interesting how we a lot of players come to like a bad game or have a bad performance or something that wasn't up to their expectation, and they go, I don't know why. It just was bad. And it's funny how, then we continue on the conversation. We talk about things in the game, and there was a couple of instances that kind of broke their focus or something like that. But it's really interesting that you'll find out the week leading up to that, or the 2 weeks leading up to that, there was some inconsistencies with what they normally do. And this brings me to the point of protecting your performance. It's really kind of important, especially for like young athletes coming through, to understand that the Saturday or Sunday that you play is the end of the 7 to 14 days leading into that. Sometimes it's even longer. As you get older, it's a longer process. And you can't just, if you rock up and you flick a switch and you perform, like that's great. Not many people can do that. I worked with a player, Joey Bond. He was the king of that. He could just cross that white line, flick a switch, boom, he's on. Every day, boom, he's on. Didn't matter what happened in the warm-up, didn't matter what happened pre-game, didn't matter what happened the week before, he just flipped that switch. And many players can do that, but that is like a talent. It's not something, I don't believe it's something that you can kind of create a mental process around, because of the amount of factors that come before that can break that focus or affect your ability to sustain high performance. So it's really important for guys and girls to start understanding inside their performance kind of what leads up to good things and what leads up to bad things. It could be relationships, nutrition, training routine, thinking processes. There's a whole context of different avenues, and everyone's different. Could be your spiritual kind of growth that week or the week before. You could have had trouble with your parents. You could have had a great time with your parents. No one really knows what works for you as an individual. That's for you to find out. And it kind of comes down, what I've noticed the last 10 years working with athletes, is it's really common that athletes who don't protect their performance are inconsistent when they are challenged at a higher level. When it's pressure situation, when the game's on the line, they're not at their best. And it's normally a compounding effect what happens before that. And it really comes around. The biggest thing I've seen is probably nutrition and training routine. They're the two big ones for me. Everyone's got different things and stuff like that, because they can park emotional kind of things like relationship and money and all those kind of things. You can park that stress, but a training routine creates a subconscious thinking that you're not ready. All right, you're not prepared properly. And preparation is everything when it comes to performance, and you have to protect that. And it really comes around, there's two things that kind of stand out for me that athletes need to do around protecting their performance. The first thing is creating a foundation of belief systems that don't allow you to shift away. Okay, so that foundation is the why you do something, or why you're trying to push yourself to elite performance. And that has to be strong enough so that when it comes to that lazy moment, or that time you don't want to meal prep, or that time you don't want to invest in your stretching or something like that, it's not even a decision. You check yourself and boom, it's done. Like it's not negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. Right? So that's the first thing, is then the reason why you're doing something. And the second thing is just understanding your priority system. Now, understanding your priority system is all about time management. I get guys all the time who sit there and go, oh man, I just got busy this week and this slipped. Bro, you have over 150 hours a week. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that you should really think about as in, I didn't have time. You have time, you just didn't make it a priority. And now you're using it as an excuse to justify the fact that you failed. And you can't do that. Like at the end of the day, if you don't get results, you don't get results. And there's something that led up to that. It's going to happen. And what you do next is the most important thing. But if you have that foundation of why, that is a non-negotiable, and you have a priority system that is around your time management that helps you create a system of processes across your week that allow you to best be prepared, it's really easy for you to then look back and go, okay, my performance was bad. what broke in the chain. But when you don't have a chain, you're just looking at it going, man, well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know how to fix this. So create those little process. And everyone talks about create habits and all this kind of stuff. Habits are just systematical chains. Like that's it. It's just a chain of things that link things to do. And people talk about, oh, I've got a habit of doing this. Most time when you do meal prep, what goes before it? What makes it easy to do meal prep? Is it shopping? Is it, you watch or listen to something that's based on nutrition or performance that makes you go, I really need to meal prep now, and it helps you? Find out what triggers those habits. Because for me, I know working with athletes, they'll do meal prep after they go shopping. Now, if they've got a busy week, sometimes it's really hard for them to go shopping and then meal prep because they don't have time, or they go shopping when it's convenient, not when they actually allow the time and set places to meal prep straight after it. And sometimes you got to split that out 2 times a week, so you got to plan for that. Is it easier to go to the gym straight after work or school, or is it better for you first thing in the morning to start your day, or late at night once everything's ticked? Like, you've got to find out the triggers that help you. Does music encourage you to go to the gym? Does seeing something that you believe in or a trigger point for you at home on a post-it note or something like that help you go to the gym? Does it help you do your stretching? Does it help you do your extras? Is Netflix your thing that helps you stretch? I know guys at home that will stretch as soon as Netflix is on. So find times to put Netflix on so that you can stretch. Like, the habit of stretching is triggered by something else. There's an emotional connection to a previous action that will allow you a greater potential of executing that. And that's what it's all about. It's all about executing what you need to execute in your habits and your processes and your systems and your chains across the week. So guys, I just want to talk about making sure you're consciously protecting your performance. Okay, because at the end of the day, that is what you're judged on. It's your measurement, it's your test, it's your results, it's everything's about your performance. And if you don't protect it to make sure you provide the best effort for it, you're going to struggle. No matter how hard you work everywhere else, if you're not protecting the end result, then, shit, it's just, you're going to struggle, right? You're going to have to be relying on talent and good luck to get through. And, with the modern context of the game, that's just not enough. You have to be more, because even the talented guys now are working their asses off. They're not relying on it anymore because there's more talented people out there. All right, to dog eat dog world. So guys, that's enough from me, Coach Curto. Make sure you protect your performance. I'm out. Peace.